Well, it's never too late to get your financial house in order, and the new year is the perfect opportunity to start fresh with your money.
Financial expert Tavon Jackson from First Financial Security is here with 5 tips to get you on track in 2019. Welcome and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so what do we do? Where do we start to get our finances on track?
Well, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a financial plan that's unbreakable. So most financial plans will tell you exactly what you need to do to retire and then how long the money is going to last you, but they're not really realistic. So your financial advisor should take your plan and tell you everything that could possibly go wrong that would cause you not to reach your goals. So what if there's a government shutdown? What if you go into a nursing home facility one day? What if the Social Security you was banking on is no longer there? So then once you have all these factors, you have to make sure that you plan around that as well.
Oh, that's good. And I guess if you don't have a financial advisor, you need to get one. But you also say part of that unbreakable plan is having an emergency fund.
Yes. You need to have at least 3 to 6 months living expenses in a bank. And the reason why people can't invest for the long term is because every time an emergency happens, they have to sell their investments. So I recommend having a separate bank account. And versus because so many people commingle their funds.
Right.
So you want to make sure that the separate bank account is not the same bank account that you usually bank with. So what I recommend is that when they ask you about your bank account, do not get a debit card. Do not get online account access.
This is just for the emergency fund.
Just for the emergency fund, because
So
you want to
no
make sure that
cards,
no cards or anything, because you want to make it as unaccessible as possible, because so many people will transfer accounts and so.
And you can do the direct deposit, so you just don't even touch it if you don't need, if you have to add to it, you can just do the direct deposit, don't have to take anything. I like that idea. Now, what about investing?
So with my clients, I make sure they invest all the time. So as soon as we meet with the clients, we make sure they download the Robinhood app, the Acorn app, Stash. So you want to invest all the time, because if you systematically invest, it actually takes all the emotion out of it. Because what happens is, let's say you do $100 a month. When the market drops, guess what? Everything's on sale and you're going to end up buying more of it. And then when the market's high, you make money. So you actually benefit both ways. So if you systematically invest, that's the best way to do it, because it takes all the emotion.
I love that you're tech savvy too. There's lots of apps coming out for young people to invest and make it fun.
Yes.
But then you can help people who aren't tech savvy get on that train too. But you say if you don't have an emergency fund, don't even worry about investing. Get that squared away first.
Yes.
And then invest, and then worry about retirement.
Yes.
So tell me about retirement.
So there's so many different retirement plans that are out there, but they're actually all the same. So you might have the 401k, and if you work for the government, you may have the thrift savings plan. If you're a teacher or in the healthcare, you might have a 403b, but they're all the same. So you have to see if they have a match. Okay, most companies will match you, which means if you put in money, they'll put in money. And that's a 100% return on your money, and can't no investment beat that. So you have to know your plan, know the limits. $18,500 is the max that you can put into your retirement plans. And then also know that it's a tax reduction vehicle. So every dollar that you put in the plan is one less dollar you get taxed on at the end of the year.
I like that. So you're helping yourself on both sides of the case. Now, you talked about taxes.
Sure.
We got tax season coming up, and I know there's all this talk with the government shutdown, so we won't go with that. But what do people need to do now to prepare for
tax season? This is the first tax year that we actually have the new tax law. So April 15th is the tax deadline, and also April 15th is the deadline for you to contribute to your IRAs. So you actually can still make contributions for 2018 up until April 15th.
Ooh, that's good.
Yep. And also the standard deduction has actually doubled from $12,000 to $24,000, because so many people used to itemize, but maybe you won't need to do that anymore because everything is now doubled.
So I think reminding people that even if they understand their taxes and they've been doing them every year, have somebody that there's a whole bunch to learn and kind of be reminded about this year. Okay.
That's great information. So we have like a tax tip for every day of the week. So Monday through Friday, you can be thinking about restarting your money.
Sure.
Where can we find more about you and all this great advice?
Sure. Well, my website is iamtayjackson, TAYJackson.com. And I'm an author as well, so I have my books on there. And if anybody's interested in a financial plan, we offer complimentary financial plans for anybody who schedules an appointment on the website.
You're also active on Instagram. Gotta love a financial planner who's everywhere you are. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
This
Thank you for having me.